Good morning, traders. Manny Cabrera from NBC Trading Academy with our pre-market forecast for today, Friday, April the 5th. Let's quickly jump to our news items for the day. Today's April the 5th. We have all of our reports are happening before the bell here. They're all regarding hourly earnings and unemployment rate. Very, very key numbers to keep an eye on. They may or may not affect the rest of the session as we move forward. Let's move to our analysis chart. We start with our analysis. We start with our daily chart here, and we see clearly the market continuing. It's very slow, deliberate run to the upside. We've broken many key resistance and support areas. Market is continuing straight up. It doesn't seem to have anything holding it up at this point. Market continues to, like I said, make its run to the upside. We had our death cross rollover. We see market continuing to move and create new highs. A little bit of consolidation in the area. Remember, whenever you're unsure of what the market's going to do moving forward, just look past. And you've noticed the bars out here got smaller. The volumes got a lot less. This is just the way the markets move when it's trying to head to these areas. Remember the old adage, we move up but on the staircase. When we come down the elevator. Volume has been fair. We're still over a million. We want 1.1 minimally and an ATR over 14. Let's look at our projection chart here. And here again, we broke our key area. This big rectangle that we had there for weeks and weeks, we finally broken through it. Market finds support here at this very key area. And it's continuing its move to the upside. The all-time high, we have it at 29.66. The way that the market has been moving recently, if it's going to make it there, it's going to make it very slowly, very deliberately. It's going to have a couple of days of runs up, then it's going to come back and retrace, find a little support, consolidate a little bit, then it starts to move up again, breaks the the preceding resistance, breaks through, and that's what we're having. That's why the volatility has been a little weird. Because we've had movement, but it's been very inconsistent in reference to direction. Let me give you an example. Here is our analysis chart. And look, the market just moved in a box yesterday. It just moved here. It came in the morning, it ran, it created the intraday high, could break through, breaks down, creates an intraday low, and then it runs right back up to the, it sort of oscillated from one place to the other. Problem is that it's doing it very slow, very deliberately, and it's not really doing it in a very compact way. You notice, like, look at the run here. Look at this run to the downside. There was no retracements. You see what I'm saying to you? This run to the downside, there's very few retracements. This run to the upside, very few retracements. It's not your normal run, retrace kind of movement that provides plenty of opportunity. So that creates a little bit of havoc here in the market for us. Let's look at our trade chart here, and you can see it even closer. This was yesterday. This was yesterday. You see, the market just runs through these areas. Market just runs through these areas. There's no real clean runs. It just runs down. The retracements are not really deep retracements. Sometimes when instead of deep retraces, we get retracement at they're either too deep or too shallow, but never just right for our areas. So these couple of days have been a little tough, and we've warned our students and our MDC family about that. These are kind of days that you sit around and you watch, you're looking for something specifically, and you're patient. You give yourself a time limit of the amount of time you're gonna be in the market. And if you don't see what you want to see, then just call it a day. These are not the type of markets that you want to be loading up on positions and taking big positions. You need to be a little bit more conservative in these kinds of markets. Now, obviously, the news has jacked up the market. Here's our 8:30 news, took the market a little higher, but nonetheless, what we're expecting today is as long as we remain above this line here, these two lines here, the two blue lines, these are our support lines here. As long as we stay above those support lines, we're expecting eventual continuation to the upside. If not, then what we can expect is market to come and retest this area here. And if we break through this area, we're expecting a little move a little deeper. So just be very careful today. Remember, volume is very low. And like I mentioned before, the areas are kind of tricky. So have a great trading session. Have a great weekend. Any questions, let me know. Thanks.